It's Nicole of Nicole Rochelle Personal Stylist here once again. This time I will be assessing the looks of the top 10 from MGI All Stars first edition 2026 in ascending order. So I'll start off with my least favorite looks and then work my way to my favorite look at number 1. And as per usual, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you like this kind of content so you won't miss any future upcoming episodes. And if you are a pageant contestant and you want help with wardrobe, which is often an understated yet super important part of pageantry, please don't hesitate to go to my website to see what service will be right for you. So without further ado, here is my list. So at number 10, I have Suhain from Peru. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. Sorry if I'm not. But this was a beautiful gown. I really liked the peacock design on the bodice portion, and it suited her figure very well. The lines on the skirt part of the dress really elongated her and gave her an hourglass shape. The thing I didn't like about the gown necessarily, not that it was an ugly gown in any way, shape, or form. It was a beautiful gown, but it's one that we've seen many times before in pageantry, and I just feel as if when you're in an international pageant of this magnitude, you really need to step it up with originality and creativity to stand out. I have Priscilla from Colombia. I really like the asymmetrical neckline and just the asymmetrical lines all over the gown. Those were very unique, and I really like the color. The color did look good on her, and I like the beading. However, I have the similar remarks to her gown as I did Suhain from Peru's gown, which is that this was not an original gown. We've seen this many times before. At number 8, I have Mariana from Czech Republic, and this was a beautiful gown. I really like the bodice, how it looked like wings on the bodice. It kind of reminded me of what Opel wore. She was Miss Universe Thailand 2024, which she wore to the Miss Universe pageant back in 2024 with the wing detail on the bodice. And beauting was absolutely beautiful. It danced beautifully on the stage. However, only thing is that this gown didn't really stand out and wow me like I was expecting. And I placed it above the other two gowns because to me the beading set it apart just a little bit from 9 and 10, but again, she wasn't showing us anything new. Number 7, Venezuela, Gabriela. So I really liked the champagne color on her. It was absolutely gorgeous. This was another gown that wasn't showing us anything new, but the color as well as the beading and how it just shined beautifully on stage really helped to set her gown apart and place her at number 7. And I like that she paired it with a feather boa, which helped to add fluidity to her movement, given that she was wearing a heavily beaded gown. At number 6, I have Faith from Ghana. And this was definitely a gown we did not see a replica of that night, or you don't see that many other gowns that look like this on the international pageant stage, given the colors, the color combo that looked stunning on her, and then the high dramatic shoulder pads and the tassels that were hanging from the shoulder pads, and I really love the liquid beading at the bottom of the gown. Only thing was that I felt like what she wore for the prelims looked better than this gown. To me, I really love that asymmetrical neckline. That was absolutely stunning. So I wish she had worn maybe if she should have swapped the two out. But either way, she still looked beautiful. So at number 5, I have Vanessa from Colombia, the winner. The color was beautiful and really stood out on stage, and I like that she wore a high collar and sleeves, two details that you don't often see a lot on the pageant stage for the evening gown segment. And I like that she wore her hair up given the high collar, and the boa looked beautiful and worked in perfect harmony with the gown. I also felt that what she wore for prelims looked better than what the gown she wore for finals. At number 4, I have Darina from Thailand. And with this gown, this was all in the details that really helped to make this gown a standout on the finals evening gown stage. The dramatic neckline was chef's kiss. I really liked the beading and the way the neckline was made, and the beading on the overall gown itself was stunning and really looked beautiful on stage. And the way in which it was situated on the gown really helped to accentuate her figure. And I also like that she had her hair up in an updo, given the very high dramatic neckline and collar. And her makeup was stunning and flawless. And I like that she was able to really stand out through combining a combination of being appropriate for the brand of the pageant that she was competing in, MGI, which tends to be more of a really flamboyant pageant when it comes to style, and a lot can go that you wouldn't necessarily wear in other pageants. And she also managed to marry that with her own personal brand. So good job. Gazini from the Philippines. This is everything we expect to see on an MGI stage. I love the combo of colors in the gown, along with the dramatic off-the-shoulder neckline. The necklace, while statement making, managed not to look like it was too much with the intricate gown. I also like the train and the crisscross pattern on it. She mixed different textures and patterns, and they all came together to create one harmonious look that immediately caught my attention. And I liked the simple, straight, sleek hairdo. She also could have gotten away with wearing it up, given the statement necklace. Number 2, Yamilex from Dominican Republic. Gold seemed to be a very popular color that night, and it's no surprise given that gold is one of MGI's colors. And gold really looked great on her against her skin tone, and I really liked the long tassels that were hanging from the off-the-shoulder neckline of this gown. It was absolutely stunning. It kind of looked like what Vina wore for her final walk in her Miss Universe Thailand local pageant that she competed in. I believe it was well, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it, but I'll butcher it. But it looks similar to that gown. And then what really helped to enhance this overall look was the long lines on the bottom of the gown. It really helped to elongate her and make her look very long and lean. And the hair and makeup was the perfect finishing touch to this look. And at number 1, I have Vietnam. What isn't there to like about this look? It shined beautifully, bright like a diamond. The beading detail, super intricate on the bodice, and that's immediately what caught my eye until the train came out, which was shaped like a butterfly. That was absolutely stunning and really stood out because nobody else had a look like that night. And I haven't seen one like that in other international pageants either. So great job there. And butterflies seem to be a theme for Vietnam, because if you recall her prelims gown, when she came out in that, there were butterflies flying on stage. So I guess there was some kind of symbolism behind butterflies, but I like that Vietnam was able to maintain consistency around the butterfly theme. And your eyes immediately went to Vietnam when she took the stage. She just shined beautifully and brightly like a diamond and managed to capture the essence of her personality, as well as the standout looks that MGI really appreciates, all in one look. So great job. So those were my ratings for the finals looks for MGI All Stars 2026, the premiere edition. And please let me know in the comments, what were your favorite looks from the finals? So that's all for today, and stay tuned for more episodes, and I will talk to all you fashionistas later. Bye.